Imagine you're finally leaving work after a grueling double shift. It's late, the office is deserted because of a 5-day holiday break, and you're just one elevator ride away from freedom and a surprise flight to see your boyfriend. But then, the lights flicker, the lift jerks to a stop, and you realize you aren't alone. You're trapped with a stranger who seems a little too calm about the situation. This is the setup for the intense thriller The Lift, and trust me, by the end of this story, you'll never look at a friendly coworker the same way again. We start with Jane, a dedicated account manager who's worked late to clear her desk before a Valentine's surprise trip to New York. She catches the elevator on the second floor, where she meets Guy. He's charming, a bit quirky, and claims he's the new guy in the office. They exchange pleasantries, but there's an immediate sense of unease. Guy points out a strange drawing on the elevator wall, a boy trapped in a box, and almost like a dark omen, the lift stalls. At first, it's just annoying. They hit the emergency button, they shout, but the security guard doesn't answer. They try their phones, but surprise, surprise, there's no signal in the steel box. Jane is panicking about her flight, but Guy plays the part of the supportive companion perfectly. He shares his water, his wine, and even tries to help her reach the emergency hatch. But when Jane tries to climb out, she ends up hurting her hand, and the hatch remains shut. As the hours tick by, the atmosphere shifts from panic to a weirdly intimate survival bonding. Since they're facing 5 days trapped together, they start sharing secrets. Guy tells her he's been watching her from afar and thinks she's beautiful. Jane, feeling vulnerable and maybe a little tipsy from the wine, starts to blush. They even play games and draw portraits of each other. Things heat up, and in a moment of end-of-the-world impulsiveness, they get intimate right there in the elevator. But here's where the first cliffhanger hits. After the heat of the moment, Guy whispers that he's falling in love. Jane tries to pull back, reminding him this was just a casual stuck in a lift thing. She still loves her boyfriend. Suddenly, the nice guy mask slips. Guy's face turns cold, and he reveals a terrifying truth: he isn't new. He's actually the building's security guard. He's watched her on the CCTV cameras thousands of times. He didn't just happen to be in the lift, he planned this entire accident to force her to be with him. Talk about a nightmare realization. Jane tries to fight him for the elevator keys he's been hiding the whole time, but in the struggle, the key snaps. Now, they are truly stuck. The situation turns violent. Jane hits him with her heel, he slams her head against the floor, and both pass out. When they wake up, the romance is officially dead. Guy goes full psycho, putting on a shirt Jane bought for her boyfriend and taunting her. Eventually, they find a way into the shaft. Guy convinces Jane to help him up so he can open the doors from the outside. Jane, playing it smart, pretends to agree, promising him a real date if he gets them out. But the second she gets a chance, she tries to leave him behind. It's a desperate race through the dark maintenance tunnels, but Guy is fast. He catches her, and they both tumble back down into the lift, knocking themselves out again. Jane wakes up first this time. She sets a fire to trigger the alarms, hoping for a rescue. When Guy wakes up, she manages to tie him up. She's ready to make him pay, even hovering a cigar cutter over his most sensitive parts, but she stops herself, choosing instead to record his confession on her phone. He tells a sob story about a past accident that ruined his career, but Jane isn't buying the misunderstood villain act anymore. The final twist is a bloodbath. Another guard, Teddy, shows up with his girlfriend for a late-night tour. He sees them on the monitors and rushes to help. But Guy, who has managed to get free, kills Teddy in a gruesome elevator accident and then murders the girlfriend to cover his tracks. He knocks Jane out, throws her in the trunk of his car, and drives to a deserted spot to burn the evidence, and her. But Jane isn't going down without a fight. As he opens the trunk, she launches a surprise attack, steals the car, and in a final act of justice, rams him into a trash bin and sets the whole thing ablaze. She watches the man who tried to trap her go up in flames. It's a chilling reminder that sometimes the person who seems the most helpful is the one who built the trap. So, what would you do in Jane's shoes? Would you have trusted the new guy in the first place, or do you always keep your guard up in empty buildings? Thanks for watching.